So people are still making their cases here. I switched uncharacteristically. I switched to Bamboozer. I switched away from Bamboozer because it was I couldn't get my link to share. I hope it's sharing now. So I'm on Mandeville Street in New Orleans at what was a rally for Merritt Landry. And there is a counter protest as well. This is an extremely heated political topic. And there are definitely a lot of people shouting. There are two sides of this. This is the original event. This is the event that originally started as a press conference. Then there's someone playing a flute. So I'm gonna come over here. Kind of alright. I had no idea. I was afraid other dogs would interact with them. Hi there, viewer. I'm downtown in New Orleans, Louisiana, and this is for some reason my Bamboozer link would not share, so I switched to Ustream. These people. So there are two sides to this issue involving Merritt Landry and the shooting of Marshall Coulter. This was a This was the Justice for Merritt rally press conference, and then obviously there are two sides to this. And so I knew there was a protest planned. There was a protest planned for Saturday about this.
No, I haven't. And I'm 45 years old. I've never stolen anything in my life. Never trespass. Someone else's property. You asked the question. You ever play baseball? You ever trespass on baseball? Racism is got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Racism is got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Racism is got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Racism is got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Racism.
So this is the counter protest here. That is continuing to chant, racism has got to go.
Racists have to go.
Oh, racist, not racism.
Go back to Dallas. Go back to San Antonio.
So there's someone holding a Bible. Quite honestly, this is really overwhelming.
Right, thou shalt not kill, right?
There are a lot of Bible quotes. If somebody's watching this, if OTS_Nola is on his way here, I wish he was here now. I really wish he was already here because... And I have come here neutrally. Merritt Landry is the man that this rally is about. This rally over here. And hi there. I have viewers now, so I'm just trying to explain to my viewers, what's going on here.
We were having a rally to state that Merritt Landry, just like any other homeowner, should have the right to a fair trial, and there shouldn't be a rush to judgment, and he definitely shouldn't be painted as a racist. You have other people who showed up who have already tried and convicted him in the court of popular opinion who feel that he is a racist. As an anti-crime activist, as I asked from the podium, when a young black person is killed by another young black person, I never see any of these people out here. So when they carry signs saying Black Lives Matter, they should put it on the bottom, but only when somebody white shoots.
Okay, so that's what you've been trying to say, and I've noticed mainstream media. I mean, it's incredibly overwhelming to be here right now. I noticed a lot of the cameras kept turning, every time every time that they were chanting. Has there been a dialogue between an actual sit down, exchange about how to?
When I first had a rally here, I had a representative from that particular wing of the community, but he got into an argument with people. Again, the objective is not to argue. The objective is not to point fingers and say your race is doing this and your race is doing that. The objective is to save the community. And if anybody doesn't think that New Orleans doesn't have a crime problem or a homicide problem, and I humbly submit they have not been watching the media. So we can stand and argue in the street. That does very little to make people safer. And it does very little to provide the opportunities that these folks say they're organized to pursue.
Okay.
Yeah, no
And
volume.
is this a dialogue that Justice for Merritt Landry is open to having?
I have no problem communicating with people, but we accord people their right to speak. We don't go to people's events and try to disrupt them. So if we can move past that not so insignificant hurdle, then of course.
Thank you. And I am trying very hard to stay neutral. I'll come back, but I'm trying very hard to stay neutral. Hi. I am here neutrally.
Oh, okay, good.
Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, well, basically, it was a neutral issue, but
Well, maybe just to start, because you are on camera, and I know that you don't mind being on camera. You came to protest this. You came to protest the
counter demonstration.
You were part of it, the counter demonstration. Okay.
Yeah. She was committed to anything else.
No, just
Okay.
So you're part of the counter demonstration.
Yes, I
and
am.
Just what does the counter? Do you want to just tell the viewers what?
Basically, this guy shot the guy on the outside of his fence. Really, they say he was over the fence. He shot him, and in the head, and they built the movement to ask the DA to throw the charges out. First of all, they never gave the DA a chance to look at the charges. The DA say he never saw the charges, never saw the police report.
Okay.
Reverend Brown, you need to find your Bible.
Are his lawyers? Yeah. I wonder if anyone from his legal team is here. Hi there. I'm a citizen journalist, and I'm trying to cover both sides of this, if that's possible.
Ask somebody else. I'm not interested.
Okay, that's total. That's.
Have a blessed day anyway, okay?
You got. Yeah. Thank you.
That's what it's like.
We have 3 NOPD on scene. They're asking that traffic. They're asking that traffic be that the road be clear. I'm talking to my camera. Hi.
Who do you write for?
No one.
Oh.
I mean, I'm an independent writer. No one pays me.
Oh.
I just go to social justice events and write about them. I go to social justice events and write about them. I'm a citizen journalist. I've written.
Your writings been published?
OccupyTheStage.net has a lot of it.
Occupy the stage?
The Stage.
The stage.
.net.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I could give you my business card. Currently, yeah.
No, you're busy. Okay.
No, yeah. So we have a total of 4. Hey, Andy. A total of 4 NOPD here now. So this is getting really interesting. There was my Bamboozer recorded. I don't know why the link didn't tweet out, but the more volatile part of the protest was then. Right now, there's people milling around, trying to be interviewed.
It's like this. Come after us and try to hit us and stuff. Okay, be careful. You be careful because don't tell them when you can't leave. Some of them might not like it.
I'm supporting a dialogue between all races of anti-crime, and I've been supporting that dialogue for a long time. You know, definitely. But I just,
Okay, be careful and take your time and say your prayers and stuff. Keep on trucking.
my lord. So, hi there. Wow, there's even free Merritt T-shirts with a solidarity fest. Do you mind being filmed on camera? Okay, I'm a citizen journalist, and today I usually live stream a lot of rallies and protests that I'm involved in. Today I'm here kind of more neutrally because.
Why do you have the NSA vote?
Why do I have the NSA button?
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to be on camera?
No.
Okay.
I don't consent to my minor child.
Okay. You're off. Sorry, I was trying to tell you.
No, well, no. I'm citizen press too.
Okay.
We can all do that.
Yeah.
So,
No,
what's
I
your
know.
question? Off the record.
Oh, well, you're not off the record. I just if there was anything you wanted to say. Okay. There's nothing you wanted to say.
I'll talk to you as a human.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Wow.
That's regular patrols.
So we definitely hi.
Just trying to get comments from the Noah Defender right now. So.
Okay. I'm a small affair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you do. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Right.
be neutral and you know.
Just pick up what I can.
Yeah, so Noah Defender's here, which is awesome. And Tanya Dahl is here.
Like the media. Here's the funny thing on it. Approach that man's house. God knows what he's going to do to his family. I don't know. Not sure. Yes, I think he should be accepted because he was only defending. You give credibility to it. There's an agenda to try to stop people from defending themselves in this country. And also confiscate our guns. And I do mean confiscate.
Okay, so Tanya Dahl from Six on Your Side is interviewing the man who didn't want me to interview him but told me to pray. This is really something else. There'll probably be a clip of that on the news tonight. WGNO is hi there. Hi. I do not. Hi. I'm a citizen journalist. So we have a lot of signs here. Hi there.
How we got to do?
I'm a citizen journalist. Is there anything you'd like to say on camera?
That before the man is proven guilty, he at least gone to trial. He's a good guy. Fortunately, he was robbed. He did what he did to protect his family.
And this has nothing to do with racism.
Nothing to do with race.
This has something to do with somebody jumping a fence in somebody's yard trying to break into their home, and the man defending his home and his wife and his children.
The media and the politicians have made this a racial issue. We didn't. He didn't. Captain Black did. This man did. But they want to make it a racial issue. It's not. It's about a man protecting his family. That's it. E1, 2, 3.
And if people who are watching this right now want to learn more about it, they can go to justiceformerit.org.
Justiceformerit.org.
Or if you're following me, if you're watching this, you're following me on Twitter, and I tweeted out a whole blog post with all the links in it.
Free Merritt Landry.
There's a Facebook. My blog post has all the links to it. I did that.
Again, it's like we're not out here to be black and white. We're out here to get for the poor guy who was persecuted by the city for one, and for injustice. He's protecting his family. He was robbed the night before. Did anybody know that?
I did not know that actually.
There was a home invasion at 11:30 that same night, just around the corner, by young individuals.
I did not know that.
There's a group of 7 kids running around the neighborhood robbing people.
Merritt didn't know that shit was a home invasion.
I don't know.
Okay. So you're here today, and I noticed you have some petition.
We're in support of Merritt Landry.
In support of Merritt Landry.
And
Okay.
this is all going to the DA Conazar.
Okay. And when is his court date? Does he have court tomorrow? Then I read that something about the 29th.
I thought it was 29th.
I thought I had seen the 23rd somewhere too. And again, I mean, I've been busy, so I haven't really known. What interested me was that I got an email about a counter protest taking place on Saturday that's arranged by a political party. And I really, it just, isn't these kids, but it upsets me when people try to use tragedy for political gain. That protest is on Saturday. There's one here on Saturday, just so you know.
I gotta go. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't really. Oh my God, Mike Howells is going to be on TV from Socialist Alternative. Wow. Hi there. I've been trying to interview people on both sides, but it's, hard to, but
Not for you.
yeah, it is actually.
You
Well,
can interview this man. We've been
do
having
you,
very interesting
a lot of
conversations.
people don't want to be interviewed, or I have nothing but respect for the security culture of people who do not want to be on
I
camera.
know you do.
And so there are, I mean,
Citizen journalists of our time.
that's hardly true, but thank you. Hi there. Yeah. So we have some signs here. Things are winding up now. People are talking to the media. There was a lot of there. Now we have 6 NOPD on scene, which is a lot. We are pretty damn near the area of the Arras Parade beatdown, and the Marigny police definitely does not like some members who may or may not represent the anarchist community. And I'm astonished that there's so many police officers here. I didn't know about the counter protest. It doesn't surprise me because it's such a heated issue. But I definitely think that the police are here because of the counter protest. Hi there. How are you?
Oh, pretty fair.
I'm recording this. I was wondering if there was anything you wanted to say on camera.
Not as well.
Okay. Do you want to you don't have to say your name or anything like that, but if you just want to say why you're here or something like that, because it's kind of confusing for people watching.
Okay. How you doing? I'm Jim Strickland. I'm from Illinois, outside Chicago, Joliet County, but I'm in Chicago. This is my dad's state here, and the issue is anybody that comes on your property, you do have the right to shoot, but to take into consideration if they armed to shoot below the waist, or if it had been you or anyone else that didn't know how to get in, the house, or somebody's relative said, this is the right address, and they went around the door and knocked on the door, and all of a sudden, boom. But that is the law, like I said. I do know about law and not just watching cop pictures and things. So what the basic issue is saying that we're going too far with shooting people, that it could have been a stray person or
and this is something that I've actually wondered about, because I understand that Merritt Landry has not had a trial yet. And I have not spoken with his defense. I really don't know how experienced with a firearm he is, and how he was aiming. I personally have gone to target practice once and don't have a firearm, but if I was aiming for the knee, I don't know hypothetically. I'm wondering I don't know what the situation is with that. If that's something that would come out in court or not, because what you're saying, and shooting for the head versus shooting somewhere else. I don't know. I'm kind of, I guess, asking. I'm asking if anyone has spoken to
when I took
that.
a firearms class in 2001.
Okay.
You see, that's me there, and one guy was there for security guard.
Has Merritt Landry taken a class like that?
Well, it's like I said, any regular civilian in Baton Rouge, the capital here, has the right to firearms.
Right, but if
You see,
somebody's taking a class like that, I mean, that's a.
yes, but like I say, once you get a traffic ticket, felony, or anything, the same thing with that, violent or patting on the butt or verbally sexual assault things, you do have people that kill people and break in. So I think that it's a lot of weight carrying on what was the reasonable cause in the head and not below the waist. That's what I believe. And I say the main issue, what I'm gonna have this interview and close this case, is that it could have been one of his own relatives or investigation person like a mailman coming to say, I'm chasing somebody through this fence, where's he at? And he could have killed. But his law is, it doesn't matter, he allowed to get out because that's the law, your property. So when you, me, or anyone else pop somebody or cause the law on somebody for the property, let's let it go. Too many people have went and done a lot of time just because they don't care about what property it was and they wasn't licensed with arms. You see, so we're gonna make that issue a big thing. That way you, me, or anyone else could wander off or whatever. And that way, if we do happen to have to protect ourselves, we won't get punished like them.
So so are you here?
I'm with Stand With Dignity. I've been with them for
You're
about
with
a
Stand
month
with
or so.
Dignity, and
Yeah.
that's the workers' rights group. And I've met some
Yeah.
wonderful Stand with Dignity organizers in the
There's
past.
some
Did you
issues
come
that I
to this
didn't-
Did you come to the Justice for Merritt Landry rally or to the
Well,
the protest?
I'm just now doing my research on Stand
So
With
you
Dignity.
just
I
kind
haven't
of
been on the
came to
thing
it.
yet.
You didn't. Okay.
Yeah, to see what this is about. Like I said, I'm concerned about if it's me, you, or anyone else that's going over this or another building from now on and saying, how do I get in this or whatever. Is this is the right address and they take it further and shoot me, you, or anyone else. That's the controlled case, what we mainly saying, not the fact of a minor only. And that does carry weight too.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it.
So Nola Defender's taking a really nice photograph. Sorry. I'm sorry. So we definitely still have people holding a banner here. I need to find someone I'd really like to interview. I'd really love to interview someone. Is there anyone who wants to be interviewed by a citizen journalist? No? Okay, that's why I'm asking, so I'll go away. Yeah, check what's on your dog. Hi. People are so... Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a friend of Captain Brown. You don't have anything you want to say at all. No, I understand. Okay. It's hard because I have personal friends on both sides of this issue. It's really hard. Is there anything anybody wants to say on camera? No, I don't know. Hi there. I'm a citizen journalist, and I am just trying to get some opinions from people. Is there anything you'd like to say? No one pays me to write. You do?
Yeah, I live in the nearby area.
Okay.
Where is this going to? Just to the local club?
It's just local. No one pays me.
I live in the area.
It's going to the internet.
For 8 years. There hasn't practically been a year there's been a break-in or somebody come in with a gun. I can't help to sympathize with the guy who had a family. And basically, it's a sad day when they make him out to be a cold-blooded killer. But we already got cold-blooded killers roaming the city day and night, and the police and nobody else cares about it.
And I need to do more research on this topic. I understand that the victim is still not conscious. Is he still not conscious?
I don't know. I know he was getting better. I can't tell you.
That the person who was shot. That
You're not local media.
I'm asking you. Yes,
No,
I really am.
because you would know that answer if you were local media.
I don't know today. I only know from like a week ago. I don't know what his condition is today.
Well, I know he's getting better,
and
but-
I'm also local media with a short-term memory from lack of sleep. With a
Okay.
lack of short-term memory from lack of sleep.
I can't report on that. I can only tell you what happens in this neighborhood.
It's just when you said that people were saying that Merritt Landry was a killer, I was.
Well, you know, they acted as though they wanted him. He was out to kill somebody when he had a family, a child, a pregnant wife. He had a choice of waiting to see if the guy was armed or not. He was already on this property. I've had many opportunities myself to do what he did. I didn't do it, but I can understand why he felt he needed to defend himself. And it's easy to stand on the sideline and to live in a dreamland and think that you wouldn't think the same way what's happening to him. I just think there should have been much more investigation before they even charged him with anything. I think that's really sad.
As far as the people who the dueling protests, if you will, do you think there's any chance of dialogue between these two groups?
No, because I think it's political. I think it's political. I mean, it's always a possibility. I hope so.
And I definitely know.
I think there are people on the left and people on the right, and there's people that are going to side with they're going to side with. And listen, for me, every life is important. Black lives and white lives. And that sign that they had out there, it's not necessary. That sign's not necessary because we care about our lives, but we also care about our lives too. We care about our own lives. And if we don't have a right to defend ourselves, then nobody's going to defend ourselves.
And I mean, one thing I read on the justiceformerit.org website was related to the need to reform the NOPD, and we have a mayor who was refusing to accept two consent decrees, one to reform NOPD and one to reform Orleans Parish Prison, and that is a real, you know, I mean that's I think that's something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't really have the inside track on the consent decree. I don't really know the details.
I don't.
I listened to it 100 times, and I'm really not sure exactly what they're aiming for.
If you call 911, do you feel comfortable that you'll get a response quickly?
We have half a police force in the world.
Right, and so, yeah.
And there's the residential laws, and they don't want to hire people with tattoos. So we got half a police force in New Orleans, which has the highest crime rate and murder rate in all the country.
And they're one of the lowest paid, too. They start at something like 24,000. So the consent decree would be to give more money to the NOPD, one thing for training.
Landry was just saying 2 nights ago, what is the priority? He doesn't know crime is a priority. Crime has been a priority in New Orleans for decades, 10, 20, 30 years.
And Mayor Landry also squandered a ton of money on that almost NOLA for life billboards. If you go to thelens.org, that anti-crime program, the money was totally wasted.
They built a street car for $45-50 million. That could have went toward police, better prisons, and so on. He doesn't know crime is the number one thing people have been crying about. I don't understand that.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm trying really hard to cover this neutrally and get people I'm calling it dueling protests at this point because I don't know what else. As far as people who,
over there, some of those
a lot of them are unwilling to be on camera.
we should go by the yellow house. I think a lot of those folks are.
A lot of people are unwilling.
To be on camera. To be on camera.
See you later.
So I'm just asking if anyone would like to be on camera. Mike, do you want to be on camera? Do you want to be on camera?
I'll see you later.
I'll see you.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
Do you want to be on camera?
That's fine. I'm not worried at all.
I mean, no, I'm trying. A lot of people who came to protest the protest don't want to be on camera.
Okay.
And I'm trying to interview people on both sides. But so, I mean, so just really, why are you here?
Well, I'm here for 2 reasons. One, to make it clear, I am against vigilantism. I think that will only add to the problem of violence in New Orleans, and that's what I think this is about. And 2, I'm here to make it clear that I and many others support the decision by Cannizzaro to file charges against this guy for attempted murder.
And just for someone who may be watching this in Australia or somewhere,
Okay.
Cannizzaro is...
Leon Cannizzaro is the district attorney of New Orleans.
Thank you.
Right, and since this is a very political case, we have to put pressure on Cannizzaro to make sure he follows through with the charges, because he could drop the charge at any time he wanted. All right, and that's why they're having the pro-Landry demonstration here, to put pressure on District Attorney Cannizzaro to drop the case.
Okay.
And we're here to, among other things, at least I'm here, to put pressure on Cannizzaro to continue with the case. And because I view this as attempted murder.
Okay, so you want the case to be continued. So that's...
I want the case to be put through the courts. Yeah.
Okay. As opposed to having the charges dropped.
Exactly. I want the charges enforced or prosecuted.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I mean, that's very helpful.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I am here because I feel that we need to address the root causes of the violence in the city, and we need to tackle the issue of poverty and what capitalism has brought to the people, which is unemployment for most youth in this city. I believe that every young person deserves a job and a chance at life, and that is not what is happening in this city. So we have a subculture of crime, and we need to address the root causes, or this will never end. It will go on and on.
Do you think that the group Justice for Merritt Landry is attempting that or not, I guess?
I don't think that they're thinking deeply about the issue of poverty in New Orleans and what poverty does to families and individuals. And I think there needs to be a dialogue to address these issues between all parties.
If they were willing to have a dialogue, maybe that didn't include, a lot of shouting in the street with more police that I typically see at a New Orleans rally, do you think that would be helpful? I mean, it was...
I do think it would be helpful. In fact, there's an event scheduled September 3rd at NOCA for just that.
Thank you.
For that dialogue.
Thank you.
European Descent has organized.
Thank you. So there is an actual... Thank you so much. That I was unaware of that. That's extremely helpful.
Bring it to someone to talk to. I don't know if he's the one who organized or told me about the event. I don't know.
This event,
Okay.
I'll be all right. Thank you both. So I'm going back over here. Hi there. Hey, I'm a citizen journalist. Hey, you.
Can I get your name?
Ron Evans, EANS.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
EANS.
Thank you very much.
I know I said that last one pretty quick.
Right. I just
That's
want
a
to
New
make sure I
Orleans
get
accent
that.
in me.
Right. I just want to make sure you got it right for my recording. Thank you.
So now you've got a lot of people throughout the entire region. Thank you.
I'm not from the Merritt.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Have you been able to get enough interviews?
I've gotten some good interviews. I've gotten some interviews, definitely.
Okay.
I do know that there is it's been advertised a lot that there is a counter-protest planned on Saturday for here.
Right.
I did not know that there would be a protest protesting this protest.
I had heard that there was.
And I mean, right.
According to socialists,
I assumed there would be.
First Amendment only applies to them.
I kind of thought that there might be. I am in a position right now where there are people, I'm calling this dueling protests. There are individuals who I'm close to on both sides. I'm a citizen journalist. I write things that I go to a lot of social justice events, and I cover things that no one else does, and I don't get paid.
you have a website? Or?
She is representative of the reasonable left.
I have a business card that I can give you in a minute. It's in my purse.
Send me your info.
Let me just send you my info. I did a lot of citizen journalism that was related to the Occupy movement. So there are things on the Occupy the Stage website, but that I kind of use. But I also have my own website. I have my own website too. So it depends. I will. And are you friends with him? Because we know each other.
Well, we're part of the same group.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I wrote on my blog about this in advance already.
He's a frequent guest on our radio show.
I knew that. So is there anything that you'd like to say to anyone watching?
I just think it is a shame that we had people trying to shout down folks delivering a message. I mean, I think the people who were organizing this event had every right to give their voices out there and get their message across, and then these rabble-rousers just decided that they wanted to be confrontational and rude, and they tried to shut it down. So it's a shame. I mean, that tells me that they're not very confident in their own message. They try to shout down our speakers. You know, I mean, this group has every right for the First Amendment as well as them, and they just tried to hijack the event. So I don't think they made any headway with anybody here. I mean, they just brought in their little group, but I don't think they convinced any of the folks who were here just watching. I think they came across in a very negative way, really. What do you think?
What do I think? I would like to see a dialogue open about some of the issues that I first read about that I read about on the Justice for Merritt Landry website, which are issues that are bigger than this situation. They're issues that are bigger than this scenario. As far as crime and community and our mayor and the consent decrees, I think these are all issues that I think I'd like to see a dialogue about that.
Homeowner rights, etc. Don't you think? I mean, property rights.
Property rights and self-defense is definitely something I'd like to see a dialogue about. I think that if people can have a conversation about this, about property rights and crime, that would be helpful, and so that's what I think.
But as the police numbers dwindle, don't you think more and more people are going to have to protect themselves from a crime element that is not really dwindling?
I definitely can see that more people will have no choice. I mean, I've been a victim of crime in New Orleans, of burglary and NOPD. I mean, unless you tell them they're trespassing and they're in the house right now, you wait 6 hours.
Right.
And I mean, I did what I was once victimized. I was assault and battery, and someone else called the police, and they eventually came. I don't know how long it happened. I don't know how long.
But you know, as the numbers dwindle, the response time goes up. So that's a problem.
I think, the response time is already a problem, and definitely, I think, a more let me think, equipped and prepared and efficient New Orleans Police Department to respond to crime, especially with domestic violence, which is hard. I'm not especially, but including domestic violence, which I'm an domestic violence advocate. I mean, I'm an advocate for domestic violence rights. But I know I am a survivor of domestic violence. I'll say that. I mean, when the police, And I would love to see a better response time so that, if we are going to have police and people are going to call them when someone breaks into their house, it would be good if the police came so that people were not in a situation like the one going on right now. I think it would be good if the police were more equipped and could.
Right, and I was talking to a lot of neighbors who tell me the response time is not good in this neighborhood. So
I used to live in this neighborhood, and I can tell you the same thing. And I've talked to a lot of people who've said that.
So I do agree we need a dialogue.
I feel like there needs to be a dialogue, and And I mean, I just interviewed one person who said it was interesting because she said that we definitely have to talk about poverty. And that's something to me that relates more to class than to race. I know that some people have talked about this as an issue that relates to race and not class and crime, and that's something that I wish was not so heavily, maybe in some people's minds, influenced by the Zimmerman verdict. And I'll just say that I do feel like I've heard and seen a lot of comparisons between this and the Zimmerman case, and it's not the same case. And
No, because again, this happened behind his gate in his property.
and so this is the house. Okay, this is the house. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the young man climbed that gate right there and was inside his gated yard at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
So look at that. I mean, from what I understand, he needed help getting into the yard, so he had an accomplice with him. And you might want to come over and
Sure. Okay. Wow. I'm getting.
Look how close we are to where he was staying, where his family was staying, and where this person was. It's not like this massive yard where someone was.
Oh my God. So that's where he was shot. Oh my.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Steps from the
And then he came out the door. That door. Like I don't know.
Yeah. From what I understand, that's probably. Where
Yeah. So someone did climb over this fence. Okay. So the person who was shot.
Yeah, it was a locked gate.
He climbed over the gate, over a locked gate.
So I think we need to ask, what are our 14-year-olds doing at 2 a.m. in somebody's yard? So where's parental responsibility? Where's our community offering other activities other than crime? That people can get involved in, youngsters.
So is that something that your organization is advocating for, or that or whatever, Justice for Merritt Landry is hoping for?
Yeah, I think we're hoping for more awareness of the crime problem and how we can come together to deal with it in a biracial way, in a way to help people that are law-abiding. And I think personally, I do think it would be a travesty if this man went to prison for what he did. I think he was just protecting his family, his property, and I think when the DA weighs the evidence, I don't think he'll charge him. Maybe that's my hope.
And again, I mean, I don't know that much. There are a lot of things that I am imagining will come out during the court or in the trial. There will be a trial, right?
If he's charged.
If he's charged, there will be a trial.
Right.
Okay. I don't. I honestly, I do not know Merritt Landry.
Right.
I know a lot of people who do. And I have no knowledge whatsoever of his experience with a firearm or his history, like that, except for what I've read on the internet that anybody can read that I really don't believe.
Right.
I mean, not that I don't believe it, but you can read NOLA.com comments all day long and have no idea what's going on. So
Well,
thank
listen,
you.
contact me. I'd love to have you on my program sometime if you want to talk about some of these issues.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you my card when I'm not live anymore. So I'm still live streaming the dueling protests. My earlier Bamboozer stream is still going on. Hey. Okay, I have interviewed some people.
So I represent, so we were the people that were quiet, and then there were other folks who also wanted their voices to be heard. And we are from an organization.
Hey, do you mind being on camera? I'm a citizen journalist. I'm not with the news.
Not right now. And so we have a lot of meetings, and we talk about it, and we work with our neighbors and our communities to try and
So there are some people, I guess, who were part of the counter protest who are talking with Nadra Anzi and some other people with Justice for Merritt Landry who don't want to be on camera. It's amazing. I wonder if it's this, and I've never been somewhere where this many people don't want to be on camera. I mean, I know the usual New Orleans people who never want to be on camera, and I try really hard not to put them on camera as much as possible, you know. But so I just did see the fence where this happened. Hi there. Is there anything you want to say on camera to a citizen journalist while this isn't going on the media?
No, I think other people already said a lot.
I know, but not to me. Is there anyone who wants to say anything on camera to a citizen journalist? Okay. Yeah, see, people just don't want to be on camera. I might go hide them. So, alright, I'm going to stop my live streaming for right now because I would like to try to talk to some people, but nobody will talk to me because I'm live streaming. And I have some photographs that I'll tweet out. I'll try to find my Bamboozer archive ASAP that had some more of the protest in it. Thank you. I'm small_affair on Twitter, and you can certainly tweet me questions.